Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Potsmoker's Bible. My name is Zion. I'm the author of the Potsmoker's Bible, which contains the prophetic book of Zion, where I get my name and authority. It comes from the Ketuvim, or Old Testament of the Christian Bible. I use the King James Version of the Bible to figure out the prophecy of Israel, and I put it into a book form as the prophecy instructed me to do, and it's called the Book of Zion. The reason it's called the Book of Zion is because the story in the prophecy is the story of the rise to power of the unicorn maid Zion. And Zion is the framework from which I base my reality. Now, I'm doing a series of videos on religion, fantasy, and science, which is the framework of all magic, believe it or not. And I've been discussing in the last episode was about the framework of reality. I used Christianity as the means to explain my thoughts on the framework of reality. And basically, what it is everything that was is the framework upon which everything is. And everything that is coming into being is extrapolated, that comes from the framework of what is. That is how we go from one moment to the next. We, of course, all live in the now. This moment that we live in, that we find ourselves in, is always going to be where we are. And where we are in time is always going to be dependent on where we are in space. And where we are in space is the framework of our current reality, our little bubble of the universe. Now, each and every one of us has this framework within which we live. The earth is the framework of our existence. Everything about us, with us, is bound here at this time because we're not spacefaring yet. We can go into the aura of the earth. We can go as far as the moon. We can send ships to Mars, but we're still contained within the earth. It is our framework. Now, our society is superimposed as a framework onto the surface of the planet on which we live. It is the framework within which our individual realities function. Everything that was created before it exists in this framework. It's the stuff that we use, maintains, that is required for our reality. Now, we are sentient beings. We think, we feel, we act, and we react. We are life force. We are the singularity, the I. And we all function within the same framework on the planet and within the same framework of society. Now, our entire world society is based on economics and on political relationships between nations, which is an ego trip, by the way. And so the basis, the tool that we use in the framework of our reality is itself a framework that we have set into the reality of matter, the planet, our society. And that is money and religion and science. Now, the fantasy part is our singularity. That is our individual desires and aspirations, our dreams. And we structure our lives based on these desires and fantasies. Now, we structure those desires and fantasies within the framework of our social structure, which is another framework. And within that framework is built on money, which is economics, religion, which is beliefs, which is other people's desires and fantasies that we've latched on to, and science, which is the physical framework of reality. Now, money was a construct, a thought form. It has no basis in reality. Religion is the same thing. It is a thought form, a belief system that we give our energy to. And it inhibits us from actualizing our own dreams and potentials. When you superimpose somebody else's beliefs onto your own fantasies and your own desires, then you pretty much end your creative existence, or you channel it through that other person's stuff. And that's a dead end, because you can never work outside of your own framework. Anytime you try to work outside of your own individual framework, your bubble, you weaken your effects, because your ripples are not genuine. They're uh, they're pushing somebody else's wave. In quantum physics, that makes sense. Okay, if I'm a singularity and every thought I think and everything I say and everything that I do creates a wave of energy that affects all of reality, then if I stop generating my own waves and start giving my energy to somebody else's wave, well, do you see what happens to me? I'm diminished. I'm no longer functioning within the waveform. I'm pretty much innate, inert. All of my energies, all of my are based in my beliefs. And all of my beliefs are based in somebody else's thought forms. So I give my energy to them, which glorifies them, makes them immortal, keeps them bound to their identity. So all Christians have pretty much created a demigod of Paul, because all thought forms of Christ go to Paul. He created them, and he's empowered by them. And he is that demon, the devil of Christian lore. He's the true demon of this modern age. He incited false beliefs that rippled through time, and he stole the power of all those who believe in his framework of lies. So we live within the framework of Paul, because and within the framework of whoever the stupid idiot was that created money, because that's not, I mean, we don't even know who that person was. But that person is responsible for every evil thing that money generated. Another demon type person. So it's very important to be genuine in your fantasies. Don't give your power to somebody else's desires. Find your own true desires and follow them. Because you need to be empowered. You need your own dreams. Take possession of your own reality. Create your own framework, not the superimposed framework of somebody else. That's the important thing. That's why our electromagnetic field is so weak at this time. Because Paul's a dead man. He died a long, long time ago. His spirit still resides on the other side, let me tell you. And the only reason why there's any light associated with him is because it's superimposed from all those who believe in Jesus, Christ. Not Jesus, the Essene. The true Jesus? No, he's my friend. He's the one that I followed to Zion. He was my mentor. He was my person that I followed that led me to the prophecy. So I never ever mean Jesus of Nazareth. I never ever mean Jesus the Essene. I never ever mean Jesus the son of Joseph. I never ever mean the historical Jesus. Always it's Christ. Because Christ is the false framework of the Christian lore. The superimposition of outside forces onto the original framework from which Jesus himself operated. Our world is, in essence, frameworks within frameworks. Within frameworks. The matrix. Every framework is a pixel that determines the overall structure of the image that is portrayed. And if we want to change our society, we need to change those pixels. We need to change those frameworks. We need to re-examine everything about our society and what it portrays within us. And we need to take back our power. We need to reactivate our generating life force for our own good and for the good of everyone that we love, that is closely associated with us, and for everything that is connected to them. Because we are all connected to the original, true, foundational framework, reality. That is the time-space interface, where the singularity of I resides. Always in this moment, always in the now. Always here where I stand. Never there. Always here. Always with me. Because I am the structure within the structure of the framework of reality. And I interact with everybody else that I come into contact with. And when our forces oppose each other, it creates chaos. When our beliefs oppose each other, it creates chaos. Bands of energy interacting on an unseen level, bouncing off of each other chaotically because there's no unity. Unity is the true salvation of humanity. And unity can only be achieved when each individual takes possession of their own life force, their own will and desire, their own fantasies, their own dreams and aspirations, their own future. Because there is harmony and unity in like minds pursuing individual pursuits. We don't have to be carbon copies of anything. In fact, to be a carbon copy of anything is to itself be defeated. I am a unique individual, unlike anyone else in existence. That is my right. And I glorify that. Because I am my own mistress. Nobody controls me. And if you place all of your beliefs in somebody else's ideas, then you do not have that right to say the same thing. Be self-determined. Live within your own framework that you choose, and let it all be based in reality. Ask a few questions of all of your thought forms. Are they based in science? Is it an actual solid thing that stands on its own? Do I have to give myself over to it without justification? Is it something that I was taught and not something that I learned? Because there is a difference. May the Grey watch over you, guide you, protect you, and keep you from all harm. May they teach you right from wrong. May you be worthy of them. May your thoughts, words, and deeds reflect truth, good, and light, the unicorn way. Find your joy. Pursue your joy. Spread your joy. Let's change the world. Stay happy and high. Know that I love you. See you later, because I'll never say goodbye.